Michael Jacob here at twitch.tv/darkest_mage with another sealed. And here, looks like we got some nice rares here. Hilda and Ironcrag, not so much, but these four are pretty strong. And, I mean, Necropotence is pretty good too. We got the Ashiok Necropotence combo wombo. Yeah, wombo combo, whatever. So, like, the little nightmares get +1/+1 for every card you exile, so with Necropotence, you exiles the cards. Maybe that'll come up. Let's see. Definitely playing these Edgewall ends. We have up the Beanstalk, 2 Root Rider Fawns. I mean, do we even want to look at other colors? I mean, or white has nothing, as usual, and sealed. White has nothing. Blue has hatching plans. Okay, blue has nothing as well. All right. Well, I guess we're doing green-black. Oh, we have Imodane's Recruiter. Oh, we even have Greta. That's neat. Okay. So I guess let's lay out green-black. Oh, we even have, yeah, we have Greta. It's a nice one. Do we want to play Ironcrag? Only got 1 legend. It doesn't work with Planeswalkers, right? No, it doesn't work with Planeswalkers. Thanks for the Prive, Octavius. Alright, this is 32. So we get Troyan in blue. That seems pretty strong. Two Curse the Werefoxes, a Leaping Ambush. We have Necropotence. We have the Stab Wound, which I would really rather not play. We have Elusive Otter. Probably don't even want to play an island. Hatching plans with no... We have, like, no removal. Which is somewhat dangerous. We have a couple of removal spells in red. Frantic Firebolt, Cut In, and Stone Splitter Bolt. We have Curse the Werefoxes, which are kind of whatever. We have, oh, I guess we have 3 Bowls of Port. That's sort of removal, which is Vanity, which is whatever. Stab Wound is not a card I want to play. There's Sir Aramont. We have Return from the Wilds, which we probably want to run if we're running Ashiok and all these 5-drops. And especially if we're going to be running red, we're going to want the mana fixing and the acceleration. Not Dead After All is pretty awesome at Gruff Triplets. It's pretty mediocre otherwise, right? Because it doesn't work without the Beanstalk. Whenever you cast, that comes into play, so we probably don't want to do that. So here we have white is Cooped Up, Calon's Lightblades, Grasp of Fate, Princess Takes Flight, but no real bargain cards. Blue gives us Troyan. So we have Troyan. I don't know, this Sir Aramont is like good, but not great. Probably want to play Troyan. Troyan works with Stone Splitter Bolt. That's kind of nice. So it's Cut In. Do we have enough spells for our Frantic Firebolt? It's going to be a whole lot of 3-mana deal too. Don't know if I want to have 3-mana deal too. So I guess it's Leaping Ambush time. Without Season of Growth, it's certainly more questionable. So maybe we're looking at Balluna's Gatekeeper. We have one bargain here, but not much else. Anything that makes food is good too. Do we have anything like random food makers? No, not really. I guess spider food. I don't really want to play that. I guess we can play these Curse of the Werefoxes. I'm not impressed by them. Not impressed by them. Wish I could play anything else. I mean, Frantic Fireball is just not it. It's just too much 3 mana 2 damage, right? Way too much of that. Like, at that point, you might as well just play Stab Wound, right? Could play Balloon's Gatekeeper. I'm actually kind of looking at that one. Do I not play the second? I'm like thinking of not playing Necropotence this time because I'm not going to have enough black. Even though I have 2 Root Rider Fawns, I need to have double black. Not sure I'll actually be able to do it. It's probably worth at least trying to do it. Because we have a combo with Ashiok, so we should probably just have it in our deck just to have. I'm not a huge fan of Witch's Vanity, but I'm willing to play it. This looks reasonable. Edgewallians can be anything, so they're like super evolving wilds. I don't know if I want to play the second grotto. Probably not. First grotto seems good. Yeah, Necropotence Ashiok is probably too good to not try. We could also play Obria's Attendance over Leaping Ambush. Because we don't have Season of Growth and we have five mana payoffs and Up the Beanstalk and Troyan. That seems like a reasonable play to make. Makes the Return from the Wilds much better as well. As far as white mana is concerned, we're not going to have a Plains in our deck. Don't need a Plains. We have 2 Root Rider Fawns and Crystal Grotto and 2 Edgewallians, so I don't think we're going to need a Plains. Should be fine without it. Alright, I think that's it. Yeah, everything looks fine to me. Is the otter worth it? Yeah. You may not realize it, but the otter is a X spell for Troyan and Up the Beanstalk to draw cards off of. If I didn't have Necropotence, I would probably play Crystal Grotto over another Swamp. Well, the sand is... It looks kind of suspicious, but I think it's actually fine. I've also got 2 Edgewallians to return to this Levator. Reasonable. We want a Beanstalk Worm here. We wouldn't even want to cast Beanstalk Worm without the Beanstalk anyways, right? So we're just going to do this. Have more information to determine what we want our thing to be. Like, blue, red, or white are all real options here, right? It's looking like I want this to be blue. So let's make a blue here. Okay. Who do I want to mill for cards? Probably me. What colors are they? Green, white. There's a couple cards that trigger off. The Red Tooth Vanguard is one. The Bestial Embrace is another. I think I should target myself. Oh, I got one creature there. I was like about Edgewall Inn to return like Imodane's Recruiter, right? So. Oh! Would have been so perfect there. It's still gonna be good. It's still gonna be good. I'm gonna kill a 3/3. Gruff Triplets. Okay. Sing a mana for that. Not bad. This has sort of been the problem I have with Cruel Somniphage. It's going to be a 1/1 here. It'll be bigger later, but right now it's just a 1/1. So their creature is going to get +2/+2. So how do we want to do this? I don't think it's greedy to just Elusive Otter for 4. I don't think it's greedy to do that. Actually seems perfectly reasonable. So I also draw a card off it. If they kill my creature, obviously I'm... Oh, that's getting +1/+1 to Vigilance, so I guess they still get to attack with Hammock Glutton. Alright, so I'm just gonna take 9, I guess. Alright, I'm just gonna bounce this. Bounce that, and play Greta, I think. I can't bounce a Triplets token. The mana value of the Triplets token is 6. Large creature. In the future, I probably want to mill them, right? Next game, if there is another game, I want to actually mill the Gruff Triplets, so they can't search it up. Okay. Let's see, 4 creatures in here, 0 in there. It's another rare. Troublemaker Roof, he seems quite good here. Spider Food seems reasonable. They had Glass Casket. Doesn't seem like amazing. It seems like reasonable. Attendance didn't seem quite what I guess they have... Attendance is okay because they have Gruff Triplets. So maybe I do want that one. And plus they have Curse the Werefox, which this counters. Diminish Witch. 3 bowls of porridge seemed okay there. So -X wouldn't be bad. As they're almost certainly going to be having Gruff Triplets. We have Johan's Stopgap. Stopgap seems okay here because they have Huntsman and Gruff, right? So this card seems reasonable. Probably better than Cut In. Or is it better than Cut In, or is it better than Witch's Vanity, maybe? I don't know if Spider Food is really where I want to be. Sweet Tooth Witch seems medium. Maybe you want to play that one instead. Boarding in a different color to deal with the triplets. I have a triplets, and triplets isn't that great. Like, it's fine, but completely deal-withable. The classic no swamp necro hand. We can still cast it. We draw 2 swamps, right? So. That could have gone better. It's like probably fine. Isn't there a reverse splash strat that you play more lands with a splash? This card is insane. I'm playing early swamps with Necro. I don't need to play all swamps. I've got 2 edge wallings and a Crystal Grotto and 2 Root Rider Fawns. They didn't sack their cheeky house mouse. Okay. Need velocity, I need something to do. I can draw 4 cards off Necro pretty easily here. Might get locked out if I do that. I'm just gonna play this, because this like kind of draws me a bunch of cards just by playing it, right? Because not only do I draw, I should left over my green. It doesn't matter. Because it blocks a cheeky house mouse, which is at least 2 more cards. Plus it draws me a card off Beanstalk. Plus it's a creature in play as opposed to not. Good thing I didn't Necro, I would have died. Do I play the Root Rider Fawn? I might have technically had a lethal if I just played Root Rider Fawn instead of Necro here. Because I could have Edgewall end back my Recruiter, then had this in play, and then done to 5 and 3 next turn, right? I think going down to 5 is fine. I don't think I need a Necro for any. Um, Spider food to kill Season of Growth. What do I take out? It's gotta be these attendants, right? Either attendants or whisper. I'll take out, I think I want to take out the whisper on the draw. I think it's gonna be just too slow. I think the -4 is going to be too important against Gruff Triplets. And Curse of the Werewolf and Titanic Growth, the cards they all showed us. Even if they kill a Root Rider Fawn, we still got Return from the Wild, so not too bad. I guess I could have played Swamp turn 1, but this allows turn 3 Necro anyways, so. I can filter the green into for Root Rider Fawn to get a black. That's fine. Now the question is, do we Spider Food? Is it better to Spider Food to kill this? Or to cast Return from the Wilds? It's probably better to cast Return from the Wilds, but they have that 5-mana enchantment I want to kill, right? There's a case to be made that this produces too many colors of mana and it's not worth not having it, right? Oh, that could also be true. That could also be true. Like like I have all 5 colors of spells in my deck, and this does not produce 5 colors of mana. I'm regretting not Spider Fooding that Glass Casket now, but might be fine. Okay. Good draw. I just want to Ashiok and make 2 little critters. Troyan can cast stones with their roll for 2 here, or for 4. I'll leave the 1/1 back to chomp. Maybe should have used the Tryon to cast the Ashiok, I guess. Left open Swamp Island Mountain. That would have been better. You could have Ferocious Werefox, right? That could have been bad, but... Question is, do I want 2 more 1/1s or do I want to make these 2/2s? And draw a card. I guess I could just get Necro and win, right? So now I've been gotten by this before. You actually choose the card you don't want as opposed to the card you want, because this is a perfectly reasonably worded card. So if I wanted the Cruel Sound of Age, so I had to choose the forest. It is bad design. I didn't attack because they could have punched or went to our own guy and killed our Ashiok, right? So. Bounce this.
Your bravery will not last.
It's my Titanic Growth and trade. Good for me. Once my guy twice. Oh, they just want to sack a food and trade. That's fine for me too. That pumps our nightmares. Yep. Seems fine. Do I have lethal? Do I have lethal? Stone Slitter Bolt, the champion. It's a 5/5. Bounce this. 5, 9, 10, 11. They go to 1. I can, because I drew a swamp, I can bargain this away. Or because I drew a forest, rather. Wait, that wasn't lethal? Oh, I'm a big dum-dum. I thought that was lethal. Oh, it was I didn't kill the I didn't kill the mouse. It didn't pump my guy. It's whatever. I'm a dum-dum. It's fine. 7 minutes 6/6 here to save the day. 7 minutes 6/6. It is here. Which one do we want? Yeah. Yeah, it is similar to Heroic Reinforcements. Heroic Reinforcements was what? It was 4 mana, 2 red, white sorcery. Make 2/1/1s. All your creatures gain +1/+1 and haste on a turn, right? Is that what it was? Yeah, really good. So, from there, did we learn anything? I don't think so. I think I like what I see. I'm not a huge fan of Curse of the Werewolf, Curse of the Werewolf, so not playing it is fine with me. I think it seems reasonable. I could maybe see a stopgap over a Sweet Tooth Witch, but maybe. I mean, our opponent there had a lot of rares, right? So they had Gruff Triplets, Huntsman's Redemption, 3 Blind Mice. What was the other one? They played another rare against us. Oh, Unnatural, whatever it is, a 5-mana enchantment. Probably put this one on the bottom. This is just like a whole lot of 4-mana 2/2. I'll be back later. There's a case maybe I had to say white there. I should have maybe said white actually. I probably should have said white. Yeah, I should have said white because I have swamps in the deck. I don't have any clones. Yeah, I'm not about that one. Nice plains forest. I have to wait to see if they put the counters on the 1/1 before killing it. That's not bad. If they put the counters on Tryon, this does bounce to Tryon. Plus, this is going to be big enough to rumble with anybody that they have, right? It's probably fine. It's, like, not ideal by any stretch of the imagination, but... Okay, so they put it on... They put it on the 3/3, which means we can Witch's Vanity that. That hurts. That's smarts. It's back. It's a lot of value in our enemy's deck. Yep. Yep. That happened. Maybe they'll run out of cards? Seems pretty unlikely with Troyan. That seemed like the wrong one to choose. That was maybe not the correct call. What am I missing? I have 1 mana, right? I don't know what I'm missing. Okay. Not horrible here. We've only got 6 damage on board. Oh, I guess we can't cast it. That does make it less good. They didn't use Troyan. That's gotta not be good. It was, in fact, not good. And that Prism did some heavy lifting for them this game. Sweet Tooth Witch was pretty bad. Kinda already knew that. Do I need a 3/4 flyer? I think the fact that I've got a 5/4 reach probably makes it okay. That Troyan they have is a problem. Don't have a lot of ways to kill it in my deck. Witch's Vanity didn't seem great. Hey, welcome to Sweet Tooth, which this does counter, but I do already have Balloonist Gatekeeper. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, Leaping Ambush we might bring in next game. It's so good against Threadbind Click. I don't know what I need, but it's going to be wasted if I do it on turn 3, so I guess I do this now. I think we have to keep that. Worse than a land here, probably. Oh, Crystal Grotto, so it'll be hard to cast our other spells, but not impossible. Good play. Curse with a werewolf? Basket? Oh. This might work out really well for us. It's an aggressive opener. There's maybe a case to be made to just kill every Fawn right now with the Stone Splitter Bolt. Okay. They didn't want to sack their Sanctuary. That's weird. Okay. Well then. Obviously, into the Vacort and we're dead. I know they don't have it. We need tap effect, we're dead as well. Not much we can do about that. I think Ashiok's probably the right play. I think Ashiok's the right play, because even if they kill our Rainstalk Worm, it doesn't. We don't lose. We go to 1, right? So.
Unremarkable mages. There is no waking from these nightmares.
That is a weird play. Might have been better to do the opposite, now that I think about it. I could cut in the Talion. I can't do that to this guy. Plus this guy is trample. That might have been wrong.
Leave no mind unspoiled.
So, do we want to play a Root Rider Fawn or Cruel Somniphage or gain 3 life? Root Rider Fawn is strictly better than... These are both better than gaining 3 life.
So much drama from which to choose.
Our last card could be Moonshaker Cavalry. They're missing a Plains to cast out. But any tap effect kills us if we don't do this, right? They would need to draw exactly Plains. Cannot be serious. They drew exactly Plains. Okay, I guess they don't have shot cavalry in their hand. Well, I guess we'll see what it is. They... What? Why didn't they play it? Alright. They have 8. They have 8 mana. I can block this, but they have a 6/6 in play. 6/6 flyer, and I lose to it, right?
Open your mind to me.
Oh, I did that mistake again where I exile a card I wanted. It's fine. They can draw like... We can draw like Plunge into Darkness into something else. I mean, we were dead if they did that, right? I mean, I guess I was punished for not playing Ariad's Whisper, but they had to have exactly planes. In a 3-color deck, they had to draw exactly planes for it to be a bad play. I mean, I don't really have another out to that Moonshaker Cavalry other than just discard 2. Which is not even good if they draw the... If they draw it into the Fate Core, my discard 2 doesn't even do anything. Am I contractually obligated to not take out Necro? Because I have Ashiok? I'm just contractually obligated. It has, like, they have to be in the deck. Because if I take out Necro, I can take out a swamp for an island, too. I was dead. They have a 6/6 flyer. I have to block the Oofy. Yes, I can gain 6 the following turn, but then I'm dead to it, right? Oofy is a 5/5. Moonshaker Cavalry has statistics. It is a creature with power and toughness. Do I say blue or white? I think I need to say blue. I've got like Troyan in my deck too. I think I need to say blue. Dalai Lama, yeah. So they attack with their 2/2 Ufi that has flying. I have to block with my 5/4. They have a 6/6 flyer in play. Or is Sheka Cavalry a 5/5? Whatever it is, it's in play. Then I die to it. Bad news is that one. Wait, it auto-tapped my mountain! Do I have lethal? Or do I have to can I force him to block? One creature, so 1/1. This is 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I can force them to block. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, 7 counters. I would have won if I'd been able to play Recruiter earlier. It auto-tapped my island. You cannot be serious. Whatever. I don't know what our opponent was doing. Maybe they couldn't win because I had to gain 3 life on the board. Well, it wasn't lethal. That was a... I feel like I should have lost that match. But maybe I would have won if I just auto-tapped properly. Basically, auto-tapper hates Crystal Grotto. It actually leaves it up. It always leaves up Crystal Grotto. Yeah, they were a Moonshaker Cavalry deck. That's for sure. Why didn't you go full mana tap out for X plus almost 1 counters? Because I wanted to play my 2 creatures. I was gonna play my 1/1 and my other 1/1. They have haste the next turn, but I might draw a spell, right? I mean, I have the mana because I want to have a spell next turn. My only out was to draw a spell if they had something anyway. Well, it seems like an okay hand. Could be better, obviously. We need to draw lands to get out of it, but I mean that's what our deck is, right? So our deck is mostly mana, right? You can't just mulligan 2 landers on the play when your deck's 20 mana. It's just like it's just not a realistic like way to play Magic. You're gonna have hands where you can't cast spells, that's just reality. You have to just count on the fact that your deck is 21 mana or 20 mana and just play it out. They have +1, +3. We are doomed. I hope they don't have that one. Or royal treatment would have been doomed as well. Things could be better. Attack with both. They block the Sweet Tooth Witch and go to 1. I put 3 counters on this. Attack with both. They just block the Sweet Tooth Witch and go to 1, right? Then they have a pair of 6/6s. This is the winner's bracket, unfortunately. The winner's bracket is just going to have Gruff Triplets in it, and you need to be able to beat it, right? Whether it's counter spells or bounce spells or what have you. What do we get out of this? I need to start making progress. That 4-2 double striker is a problem, but I need to start making progress. How do I start making progress? I have to play this to start making progress. If they have anything, I can't win. I'm playing like they have nothing. I literally can't beat anything. Unless... They're dead next turn? I think they are. Troyan is quite a card. 3, 6, 9. So 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. They're 19. Basically. They're 19. We have 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 18 plus... We have 18 and they're at 19, so they block with all their creatures. That's assuming they have nothing. Do I have to go in like this? Is there a safer line? Is there a safer line? I could leave a 1/3 untapped. But they might draw a bargain card, right? There's like, I don't know. What is this? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. I think if I had more time, I could have maybe come up with a better solution than that. But Bringing in Leaping Ambush, which is just a good card against red-green. Boarding out 3 Bowls of Porch, which is Vanity, because I didn't really see any targets for this. Bringing in Yoheim Stopgap and Attendance, which are both great cards against Gruff. So. They have Season of Growth, but I didn't see any targeting stuff, so. Yep. Don't want a second stopgap? I don't think so. I think Obray's Attendance is better. Not gonna play this guy turn 2. Maybe a case to play it because I've got Elusive Otter. Like, if they kill this, then I'm not gonna have a target for my Elusive Otter. But I thought, you know, they have Season of Growth in their deck. There's like maybe they have it this turn and I can blow it up next turn by sacking the food. Maybe incorrect thinking. Yeah. Maybe incorrect thinking. Might just want this in play as a creature to hold counters. Maybe a case to be made to actually bargain to kill their treasure so they can't play Gruff Triplets here. Maybe that's the correct answer. I don't really need the food for anything. I mean, I have Stone Splitter Bolt, but yeah, it might have been correct to do that. But they didn't have a third green, so triplets might cost 7. So yeah, I probably should have killed the treasure. We have 7 mana. That seems right to me. Definitely want to divide the counters up, because if they kill our 2/2 response, then we also like lose the otter, which I guess doesn't really matter a whole lot. But I think having a 6/6 bigger than their Gingerbread Hunter seems reasonable. I like where your head's at. Every creature is worth killing from them. Setting us up for maybe Stone Splitter bolting and killing their hunter next turn, then attacking the otter. I have another red, so... Obviously, Elusive Otter dying is perfectly fine, but I also don't mind just eating their 2/3 because they're gonna be left with the same question next turn. The thing is, like, obviously Gruff is a great card, but you saw how our opponent played it last game, and like maybe they didn't play it perfectly, but it's a beatable card. It really is. Like you need. At the end of the day, it's like it's basically a pair of 6/6s for 6 mana, which is clearly good, but totally a beatable thing to be doing. No, even without your own Gruff, it's totally beatable with commons. Like Candy Grapple, for instance, is huge against it. Stopgap is huge against it. Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying. It's not like a completely unbeatable card, right? Like it's obviously a very good card. No one is denying that. But I do think it is I think it's exaggerated to say that it's just like a completely unbeatable card. I think enemy could have maybe... The thing is, they're on a clock because this Elusive Otter is... Yeah, Extraordinary Journey, that's another rare, though. I'm talking about with commons. You can also just Spell Stutter it, right? I mean... You can make your opponent discard 2 cards. Well, yeah, if they trump attack with... if they attack with just the... oh, yeah, Torch Exiles. Yeah, you're totally right. Like, if they attack with the 3/3, you can just take 3. Right? Or you can give it the... Or, like, in my deck, I can give it -4/0 and block it. Right? And then they just have, what? A pair of 3/3s left over afterwards. Like, it's a totally beatable card. It's obviously very good. But totally beatable. Well, it's 70% win rate when played. I mean, you can easily lose games in which you just don't have 6 mana or you don't have triple green. Well, yeah, Greasemonger Steve. People are comparing it to the 6-mana Warlock, which is like the best limited card ever made. And I really don't think it's. I don't think it's even close to that card. It's way worse than that card. You know what I'm talking about? The 6-mana. It's a 4 black alchemy card that like lets you draft 2 warlocks and put them directly into play. Hourglass Coven. That card is like the highest win rate card ever made. I should have played Swamp. It doesn't matter. I can go like Swamp Necro, right? So I don't think it matters that much. Yeah, that Hourglass Coven was a completely Looney Tune card. Like, completely unbeatable. Because the cards you drafted from were... I think they were all creatures that paid immediately and every turn, right? Like, there were ones where, like, your opponent exiles the top 5 cards of your deck every upkeep. Or the one where, like, your opponent discards a card every turn, right? Or one where they had to, like... Yeah, they all just gave insane value and just paid every turn. Yeah, it's like the Gruff Triplets compared to that is, like, not even close. Because it's like Gruff Triplets that also pays rent. Gruff Triplets doesn't pay rent. Holy moly, that is a lot of those. I'm getting roasted. I'm getting just put on a spit roast. According to Wiki, their names are Balvlorna, Endolin, and Skabatha. That just seems like random name generator stuff. Are we cooking? Or are they cooking? I guess Imodane's Recruiter. I don't like seeing that. Baronaughty got some great cards in our opponent's stack. They seem to be mana screwed though. It's why I actually love green in this format. Because green gets to just play 20 to 22 mana in all their decks and just never get screwed. Just keep every 2-lander, always get there. Oh, I should have maybe discarded this one instead, actually. What is this? I drafted Ashiok? Well, no, this is sealed. I have Necro Ashiok and sealed. It hasn't come up yet. Candy Grapple? I don't know what this attack was. This was just straight up inting. I think enemy is about to concede of embarrassment. Is this Lightning Bolt your Tarmogoyf territory? I think it might be. I'm pretty sure this is not where they wanted to be. I don't mind showing this.
I shall unveil a beautiful nightmare. Even the grandest idea.
What are they gonna sideboard in to kill Ashiok? I mean, I don't care. Yeah. Looking like maybe a pre-combat grapple was necessary there. They have X1s. I don't have any rat outs. I do have a skewer slinger. No rat outs though. Maybe I want stab wound here to kill the I actually think stab wound's like not unreasonable against the double rotisseries. Doesn't seem unreasonable to me at all. I haven't had the Necro Ashiok Wombo combo yet. I have drawn Necro and I have drawn Ashiok. I have not drawn both at the same time. Yeah, I've cast Necro. It won me the game very easily. Necro was a pretty unbeatable card. Yeah, I think you should almost always play Necro. I mean, if you're black, you always play Necro. But it's really not hard for it to be like 3 black, draw 10 cards. If you can't win with 10 more cards, you aren't going to win that game anyway. I don't know about pack one, pick one picking it. I mean, it's probably good enough to do that, but like I can imagine if you're green red and you open Necro pack 2, like you probably don't run it. But, yeah, it seems reasonable. Rats.
Unremarkable mages have no hope against me. Such enticing thoughts.
I need a land. I need a land to chance. Gruff Triplets, right? So definitely plus it. Got to be wary though when you have Ashiok. Ashiok is trying to trick you, manipulate you into making the bad plays. Nice. You get to choose the card you don't want.
I have grown tired.
For reasons unknown. Could cast Necro and bounce their rod. Draw 4 cards. Go to 9. I don't think it's actually necessary. I think we win without doing that. I'm gonna take 3, get a 10, untap, cast Gruff Triplets. They're gonna play a creature here. Hopefully it's not a 2/3. Hopefully it's not a 3/5 flyer or Decadent Dragon. If it's one of those cards, we're dead. If it's not, we've got a better shot. Good, but not great. Swamp seems fine. Swamp lets us draw 2 cards next turn. The first strike saves our other one, so. I want to just rage the flyer and we're dead. Oh, that kills us too. Look, Gruff Triplet's a perfectly reasonable card. We played it and lost. Their cards all looked pretty bad. I probably don't even want those. Yeah. Played it and lost. In fact, I think everybody who's played Gruff Triplets has lost, right? A player who has cast Gruff Triplets has lost every game we've seen it. Even if we draw a swamp, this hand's not good, right? Wow. If we draw a swamp, this hand's unbeatable, but... Okay, this is much better. Well, in the game where both me and my opponent played it, a person who lost Gruff Triplets did win the game, or lose the game, right? That seems good. It's good enough. Is Somniphage even good? Not really. Not really. Well, the card's pretty good here. Honestly, I almost want to discard Cruel Somniphage here. Is that crazy? I actually don't even think it's crazy to discard this. This is just a whole lot of 4-mana 1/1, right? I want 5 mana to cast 5 drops. That's not... Oh, didn't expect to draw only lands. Maybe I should have kept that over a land. Be different if I edge wall and I could like get it back. I should have discarded it. I should have discarded this one. That was stupid. But I guess like all mana. No reason to just risk it. Bad play. We also shuffled cards back in. We scryed at the bottom, so yeah, we should have kept the Cruel Somnophage. Even like even if it was gonna be a 4-mana 1/1, would have been better than a land. Well, 2 on top seems like bad news. Okay, well, I don't think we were going to win this game no matter what. We were just never going to draw a spell, alright. A 4-mana 1/1 would have not have saved us there. We drew all those lands and none of them were Edgewall lands. None of them were lands we could sack to draw creatures, so... Somnophage would have milled 4 lands, maybe. Yeah, I definitely should have kept the Cruel Somnophage, but I don't think I would have changed anything, so... There's no guarantee you would have even had a power or a toughness. I've definitely seen that card miss. It's entirely possible we would have drawn it and then played it, then milled 4 lands or 4 non-creatures, and then the outcome of the game would not have changed anyway. Islands? Edgewall in or islands? Where's possible? Okay. Are we getting dwarvened? We are. Okie dokie. Well, 2 later on the draw. And we bricked. I think our deck has 19 mana. That is too bad. They definitely got us. Look at this auto tap's freaking sabotage. That is a lot of harried spear guards. It's a lot of hopeful sigils. They have Archon's Glory. Alright. Not beating that draw. Let's see. He was fine. I think we just needed to draw. If we had drawn that Edgewall end on turn 1, would have easily won that game, I think. Not about easily, but we would have been competitive in that game if we had had it earlier. But yeah, this deck only has 19 mana, which is like, usually it's a mana less than I normally like to play these types of decks. I have Troyan, which sort of counts, but not really, right? It's like 19 and a half mana. But fawns are not exactly invincible. They do die sometimes. We'll play Edgewall in turn 2. Once we figure out what we draw, because we might want to say black. Like that. Scream Puff, huh? I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Maybe I should have put it on the bottom, though. Because it wasn't Ashiok. Necro is a very fair and balanced magic card, by the way. A perfectly reasonable card. Maybe the enemy is thinking that we're just gonna die to our own Necro, like truly silly people. They may be setting us up to bomb, but I don't even care. So I'm like totally willing to believe they have Expellion Interlopers in their deck, and I just don't care. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they're just giving up. And they just want to see what cards are in my deck. I mean, they have Break the Spell in their deck. We're gonna take out am I allowed to take out Necro on the draw? Against white-red aggro? Chat, am I allowed? We got one vote for I'm allowed to bring it out on the draw. All right, I got 2 votes for willing to. Okay, I'm allowed to take it out on the draw. It has now been said that I can do it, so therefore I am. Down for another Crystal Grotto? Yeah, that was probably better than a second island, actually. Should have put it in the second Crystal Grotto. Holy crap. We're in trouble. I wish this Cruel Sound Phage was just 4 mana 3/3. Oh, it's a 4 mana 4/4 instead. That made me take 2 damage, but. The Courtier? It is here. It is here! Holy moly. A damned Viper, man. The Viper is so good. We can kill the Viper now, but it's already done its duty. Did we just lightning bolt Tarmogoyf? I think we just lightning bolted Tarmogoyf. If they had another combat trick, I wanted this to actually kill that creature and that Viper. I know I could have shot Spear Guard. They had 2 extra mana left over. They could have had like another Daredevils, right? Yeah, clearly this is the best Summon of Phage has ever been in its life. They could have had Archon's Glory or another thing, right? So I wanted to make sure that Viper died. Yeah, clearly when Somnophage was a 4-mana 4/4, it feels great. It milled 4 creatures, yeah. When we like it was game over if we bricked on that. We needed at least 3 and we got 4. Yeah, it was lined up to be like a 1.5, 1.5. So worst cards in the deck were probably like maybe the blue, like I mean Sweet Tooth Witch was pretty bad. Witch's Vanity was pretty bad. 3 Balls of Porridge, Wild Bad isn't like horrendous. Return for the Wilds might have honestly just been worse than a Crystal Grotto as an 18th land. That is probably true. But I guess we have Ashiok, so I guess we wanted to keep it anyways. Maybe we just wanted to play an 18th land as a Crystal Grotto regardless. I think maybe one of these cards should have been a Crystal Grotto for it to play 18, because we definitely have mana quantity issues in our games. Yeah, so we may want to replace one of these. Probably the Obria's Attendants, despite I think Obria's Attendants being pretty good in this deck. We probably needed to cut it for just Crystal Grotto for an 18th land. But yeah, like these cards were all pretty bad. Return of the Wilds was whatever, but Trollmaker Ifu never did anything either. I don't know if it's Ufi's fault. These things sort of happen. Beanstalk Worm was overperformed as always. Beanstalk Worm was great. Ashiok was great. Gruff Triplets was great. Greta was great. Immodane's Recruiter was great. Necro won us a couple of games. Cruel Somnophage is just a coin flip card. It's like, it's not actually a 2-drop. Milling 4 cards can backfire immensely. There's tons of cards that punish you for targeting your opponent. So I should probably have targeted myself, but what is my creature count? Like, I don't know. Maybe it was right to target myself all those times. But in 13 creatures out of 39, like, what am I gonna get? I'm gonna get like 1.5 creatures most of the time, right? Yeah, Ironcrag is like pretty bad. It's worse than Grotto for sure. The 1/3 was hard for me to cast because I didn't have a second island on the deck. I don't know if it's his fault. Maybe if I had another Grotto, it would have helped. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a 4-mana 1/1 a lot of the times, which is like totally not what I'm interested in. But obviously, when your opponent, when you mill 4 cards, it's a lot better. Yeah, the biggest issue we had, I think, was not playing the second Grotto. I think that was just a mistake. We definitely should have just played 18 lands. I actually neglected to remember that I'm only playing 19 mana instead of 20. I mean, Troyank sort of counts, but we definitely should have had 20. We definitely should have played the Grotto. Yeah, I mean, and these middling cards were just, I mean, they were middling. Not much we could have done about it. We didn't really have any of the, obviously we'd have like rather had better cards, but we just didn't have any. We were slim on options. I don't like Curse the Werefox at all, so I don't mind it sitting on my sideboard. The one on my main deck was pretty whatever as well. But yeah, I think if you open Necro, you should almost always play it. Unfortunately, we never got the combo. with Ashiok. So if you're not familiar, the little 2 nightmares you have, they get a counter if a card was put into exile this turn. So you can just like, you pay 1 with this, but in addition to that, you don't have to pay your life. You just have to pay cards from the top of your deck, which is a reason to not mill yourself with Gross Somniphage. So with Necro, instead of paying life, I can just exile a card from my deck, which could matter and a reason to not mill myself, right? Plus, with Cruel Somniphage and 2 Edgewall Ends, like, milling your opponent out is not impossible. So, like, you know, that's another thing. But it never came up in a game. We'd play Necro, I think, we played Necro 2 or 3 times. I think 2 times. We won the game easily both times we cast it. I think we played Ashiok, 3 times? I think we only won... Did we only win 1 of them that we casted? I remember we lost against the red-black player when we cast it. But it's a pretty awesome card. But again, totally beatable, so... I'm not really, yeah, I think other than playing the 18th land, I'm not sure how we could have built this deck any better. There's like maybe a case to be made to play white instead of red. That might have been right. Now that I think about it, it might have been right. Play white instead of red. But I don't know. Stone Splitter Bolt has synergy with Up the Beanstalk and Troyan and Necro, sort of. Whereas, like, Killen's Light Blades is, like, similar, but not exact. Like, we could have played Cooped Up in Killen's Light Blades over Cut-In and Stone Splitter Bolt. Because we were going to use the white portion of Mid-Age Recruiter most of the time anyway. That's like something to think about. That it might have been right. But yeah, good deck. Could have used a few more better cards, like a few more Candy Grapples is what this deck wanted, or a Torch the Tower, right? It just needed like cheap tempo positive removal spells we just didn't have. White has these 2, so like maybe they were worth looking into. That was a good pool. They were some pretty fun games. We played against Gruff Triplets was in most of our opponent's decks, right? I think Imodane's Recruiter or Gruff Triplets or both were in all of our opponent's decks. Oh, I guess one of our opponents was Bant that had Moonshaker Cavalry all 3 games, and I think they should have won with it, but... So there was definitely a lot of power going around. But if anything, I think chat should learn that Imodane's Recruiter was a completely... Or not Imodane's Recruiter. Gruff Triplets is a completely beatable card. Like, games I played it and games my opponent played it, it was, like, very easy to lose. So, while it is still a very good card, I think it is not the best of the best. I think I'm far more, like, afraid of Imodane's Recruiter than Gruff Triplets. Wait, I'm just way more afraid of this card. But yeah. That's going to be it for me today. Thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to watch me or subscribe to me on YouTube or to follow me on Twitch. Thanks everybody for watching. This is Michael Jacob at twitch.tv/darkest_mage signing off. Have a good night.